Hello everyone, and welcome to the Best of Penn. My name is Kaitlyn Anderson, and on this show we're going to talk a little bit about the daily life of a student here at William Penn University, as well as some of the things that students enjoy doing on campus. Today I'm here with Jimmy.
Hey.
Jimmy, how are you today?
Pretty good. Wrapping up a finals week of my penultimate semester here at William Penn, so it's a bit of a mixed feeling bag, but overall I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah. So you say you're prepared for finals?
As prepared as I think I'd normally. Thankfully, I don't have a lot of finals. It's just a lot of projects, so it's just honestly trying to find the motivation to just start knocking them down, honestly, so.
That makes sense. Talking about finals, what is your major and what year in school are you?
I'm a senior here at William Penn. My major is digital communications with an emphasis in journalism, and then I'm minoring in history as well. So
Very cool.
Overall, what that translates to is I'm a big nerd. So.
All right. Well, where are you from?
Originally from Ottumwa, Iowa, but I've moved up here in Oskaloosa. I've been living here for about 12 years. So I'm a local, pretty much is what that means for most things. So I'm kind of familiar with the area and then Penn in general. So.
Very cool. Would you say that it was kind of a difficult decision if you wanted to stay in your hometown to go to college?
Not really, because I couldn't afford to go many other places. That was honestly it. I wish I could say I came to Penn for like a romantic, like this is where my grandfather went to college, but I'm the first one in my entire family to make it this far, so there wasn't a lot of college funding. So Penn was the option, as it had the thing I wanted to go to school for, plus it was close enough to where I could cut about $10,000 out of the tuition just living at home, so that's pretty much why I picked William Penn.
That sounds nice. Have you made any new friends this year?
This year, absolutely. It makes it difficult leaving, if I'm being honest, because starting senior year, me and my best friend Taylor Steele, we've known each other for about 12 years, and it's like we have a small group called the Nerd Herd who are pretty much all seniors. And we were like, sure, there's going to be a few people we're going to miss hanging out with, but it wasn't like anything like too major, because like the seniors are leaving. But this year, there's been enough freshmen that have kind of like I've become friends with, and it's making leaving kind of hard now, as opposed to what it was at the start of the year. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you say you're a senior this year.
Yeah.
What does a typical academic day look like for you?
Academic day, waking up at 7, because we'll get to my late night stuff afterwards. Leaving at 7:45, getting here at 8 for an 8:15 class. Going to class, and then from 10 to 1 is lunch, and then just mixed bag of projects, involved with clubs, just everything there. One more class. Home for homework, like one more class, get home, do homework, find time to eat and shower. Up until recently, worked for about 5 hours, going to bed at midnight and just repeating that till Friday, and then busy on the weekends as well. So I'm a workaholic by nature, so I've adapted to that, but yeah, there's not a lot of free time in my academic day.
For sure. Now you say that a lot of your finals this year are projects. Yeah. Have you worked on any fun projects so far this year?
There was the continuation of my radio show, which I've been doing for 3 years. That's been just a long-term project. That's always fun to do. One of my classes that's like here at William Penn we always have to take is like trying to find ways to better William Penn for the future, because even though we're all juniors, seniors in the class, we still should leave an impact is kind of the purpose of the project, and just mixed bags of like video skits, things like that are always fun to do, because it's just getting your hands on experience and just working with your fellow students as opposed to just sitting in a classroom is always a blast. And then senior year, you get a lot more fun classes because you got all the requirements out of the way. Mm-hmm. So it just opens up to just having a lot more fun in class, because you're not just having to take this class, you chose to, and that helps with the morale, at least on my end.
For sure. Now you mentioned having a radio show. What do you talk about on the radio show?
For Dungeon Jerky, which is the name of the show, we talk about nerd culture. And me and my best friend Taylor, we started it freshman year as an excuse to hang out. Because one thing they never tell you in high school, going into college, is how little free time you actually have. Like, they always mention it, but they don't really nail how little time you actually have. So we decided like we're never hanging out much. We need to actually schedule it, and the radio was that. So the conversations you'd hear on the show were the same conversations we would have in the car, or down in his basement, or at my house. And since we're both huge nerds, that gets brought up a lot. So we just kind of made the show on that. So we talked about anything from like sci-fi to fantasy. Recently we talked about pirates. So just we ping pong all around, just because it's what we enjoy, and I think that comes across well for the audience.
For sure, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What would you say that you most enjoy about this campus?
About this campus, how close-knit everybody is. At larger campuses, there's times where you wouldn't even talk to your professor. Like, you're just a number to them. Or you're in a room with 400 people, and you're not really talking to your classmates. Here, even from like freshmen all the way up to seniors, we bump into each other every day. I always joked about is like the Digicom division, especially. We moved around campus like a herd, because I'd be in classes where half of it was Digicomers, because we just, we need to take those classes, and it's just like moving all together and just working that close with people leaves an impact. Like, I have friends that are freshmen, and I'm like, if I went to like Iowa University or Iowa State, why would I ever talk to a freshman as a senior in that? Like, I have no other people, like those are, those freshies coming in, I don't have a reason to ever associate with them, whereas here at Penn, you're able to get more of that close connection and form those friendships that I'll take after I leave this campus. Even if I never come back here, I still have those, as opposed to just, I have the name on the certificate and that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I think, the benefit of like William Penn is just how tight-knit everybody is.
Mm-hmm. Cool. What is something that makes this school special to you?
Special to me, one, it's just going back to that relation. Like, if me coming to college was a long shot, honestly. I'm the first one in my entire family. No one in my family, like the entire tree, never made it to college. I had no idea what I was doing when I got here. So what makes it special to me is just how I was able to become like the person I am today here. Just due to being able to form close bonds with people, or friendships, or actually like get a job in my career. The field of study that I want to be in is what makes the William Penn special. It's not just a school, it's like where I got to become a person, because as a nerd, got bullied in high school, things like that. Where at Penn, I got to become like Jimmy Ott, as opposed to just that nerd in the flannel, in the corner reading fantasy books. Now I got to talk to other people who did the same thing, because here at Penn, and by extension colleges, people try to see the best in people, and nobody really cares about other people's like deficiencies or things like that. Like, I once saw somebody walking around here with a Hello Kitty backpack, and he was a 6-foot basketball player, no one batted an eye. That's what makes this campus special, is everybody's weird here, and it's, no one bats an eye, because everyone's weird, so no one's weird, and everyone's welcome, if that kind of makes sense.
That sounds like something special.
Yeah.
For sure. Now I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
What is your favorite kind of dessert?
Favorite kind of dessert, pumpkin pie. That's, I know I might have rambled, but that's the one definite answer I can give. It's a slice, it's more like a quarter of a pumpkin pie with enough whipped cream to where everybody hates me because there's not much left in the container. That's my favorite.
That's the best way to eat pumpkin pie. Awesome.
Question.
All right, well, that is all that we have time for. Thank you, Jimmy, for being here,
Absolutely.
and thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next time on The Best of Penn.